Good morning, everybody. It's been a while since I've last talked to you, so we have a lot to talk about. But first, I want to go get coffee, and you're gonna come with me. You have no choice. See if it starts first try. Yes! So we're actually running on fumes right now, and I don't know where my wallet is, so I'm just gonna go to a gas station and hope that they take tap before we go get coffee. So I'm gonna take you on that unlucky adventure with me. Before y'all say anything, no, I do not have harnesses yet. I'm planning to do that when I can get a harness bar and do backseat delete. I really want the LRB one. Also, I gotta show you this. I love it. My boyfriend sent me a gas station that hopefully takes tap pay, and he sent me a little diagram that he drew of where I should and shouldn't enter for my bumper. I love that. Okay, let's go. I've decided we're gonna try 7-Eleven first, because it's a little closer. Wish me luck. I always forget which side my gas is on in all of my cars, because 2 of them have the same side and 1 of them doesn't. Pretty sure it's the 240 that has a different side than my Miata and BRZ. Let's see if I got lucky. Alright, update, it was only cash. On to the next. Alright, racetrack. I have so much faith in you. Oh my god. Thank God it worked. Ignore my carpet, please. Can I tell you guys a secret? I've never actually gone inside to give gas money. I've always just done it with my card out here, so that was actually a really new experience. No drips. Oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed because this lady in a really nice Mustang stopped me and complimented my car, and we just had like a 5-minute conversation, and it was so adorable. And then also I heard rapid fire honking behind me and chose to ignore it, but then I got a text from my friend Jayla. She said, "Hi Ava." That was her. No need to be alarmed. But okay, coffee time. We got a big bump coming up, and I can't slow down. I'm on the highway. Oh god, okay. Wasn't that bad? I need power steering so bad. Okay, here we are. We made it. like recording inside of coffee shops because I was a barista for like 4 years and it was always really awkward when people would record around me. But I got my white mocha hazelnut with cinnamon powder, and then my boyfriend likes a mocha caramel. These are both iced lattes. I usually am like an iced Americano type of girl with just a little bit of honey or cinnamon, sometimes black, but on the weekends I like to treat myself. This is like dessert in the AM. But yeah, I also forgot that I don't have enough cup holders in this car, so I'm gonna go ask for a cup holder. I actually don't have any cup holders in there. 240 life. Also, this is my setup right now. Wish me luck. Please don't spill on the brides. I would like to take a minute to flex my working AC because it's like 85 degrees out here right now and I am so chill. Alright, coffee finally obtained, gas finally obtained. Now let's go drop a latte off to my boyfriend. Time to top off power steering, thank God.
It's definitely.
Make my shit straight.
I am. Oh, this is gonna spill. We have everything but funnels.
It was making whale calls to me.
Oh.
You.
Like those like tube things that go.
Yeah. So I realized recently that it's been 7 months since I last uploaded and a lot has changed since then. The big changes that I was talking about in my last video actually were moving to Dallas, and that ended up happening. It took a lot of trial and error, but I'm finally here. I moved into a gorgeous apartment. I could not have asked for better. I actually ended up with a garage, and the car community here has been absolutely awesome. I love the food, I love Southern hospitality. So yeah, I've been about half a year in Dallas and I wouldn't have changed anything. I'm at a point where I feel like everything is smoothed out and I can look forward to every weekend. I love my job, I love my friends. I really just couldn't ask for better. But I've realized recently that I've never given any social media just a full overhaul and backstory of my 240. And since I feel like I've started a clean slate in life, I figured now would be a really cool time to do so. So I'm gonna give you my first walk around. So here is my 1991 Nissan 240SX. I'm going to start by the biggest part, which is my Instant Gentleman body kit. The car actually came with this kit, and I wasn't a huge fan of it at first. I ran KBD for a little while and just realized that I really valued the unique look of the Instant Gentleman kit. Rarely see it on coupes especially. So I decided to restore that with some friends who were generous enough to help me with it and put it back on the car, and it's been great. Although I am trying to switch up my front end right now because this bumper has seen better days, unfortunately. I'm trying to go stock Chukey or Shark Nose for slang front end. I'm going back to OEM fenders, but yeah, I don't want to get too deep into that mess because it's going to be a while. I have some 326 power fenders, which are kind of hard to see in this lighting. And since I moved, I have actually gotten my Equipo ones on. How gorgeous they are. I'm still absolutely in love with these specs. I do want more sidewall, and when I get a new front end setup, I am gonna go lower. But right now, all the odds are pointing in the wrong direction for me to be able to lower my car and get my fitment completely dialed in, but I'm happy with it right now. It's whatever. My side skirts. Here's my rear bumper. I just love how subtle this kit is. It is so not in your face. It's my clear tails. I'm actually looking for OEM tails right now, so if you have any in Dallas, let me know. Here's my B-Wave wing. This is one of my favorite features of the car. I don't think it ties in all too well with the body kit, or the front fenders, but I really like it. Another one of my favorite additions is my sticker spine, mostly from Ikigai Garage. I'm in the middle of taking my tint off, so ignore that. Yeah, see this bumper. It is just not my best friend right now. My manager just helped me wrap my headlights yellow, which I think are really cool. They're very fitting of my time period. Don't know how long I'll keep it, but I'm enjoying it for now. When we move on to the inside, I have these bride seats from my good friend Mario. As I said earlier, I'm working on a backseat delete, harness bar, harnesses. Yeah, my automatic seat belts work, by the way. Here we have my Nardi shifter out of a 1999 Miata. Actually, it was OEM. And my Nardi wheel. I actually have a heads-up display and a working digital dash. I gotta flex my working sunroof too. Love her. It's one of my favorite parts of driving this car. And I'm still running an OEM KA. She is kicking it at 165-ish thousand miles. As for sound, I have a 12-inch sub back here and an entire Kenwood setup on the inside, which makes listening to music in this car a heavenly experience. Highly recommend it. I'll come pick any of you up right now if you want to experience it. I posted a question sticker on my story a few days ago asking what you wanted to hear me answer in a YouTube video. So I picked out a few of my favorites. Starting off strong with what are your top 10 dream cars? And I love that because I don't have a specific top dream car that I would take over any of them. So not in order, I have written down my 240, of course, an LFA, an LC500, a Toyota FJ Cruiser, a Toyota GR86, a Suzuki Cappuccino, a Toyota Soarer, or an SC300 or 400, an FD RX7, a Celica GT4 ST205, and a Mitsubishi FTO. Yeah, those are all on top of my list right now. I'm kind of stuck on a GT4 right now. That's been at the top of my brain recently. What does INYPF mean? I'm not telling you. What changes do you want to see most in the automotive world? Would be the sexualization of car girls. I think that has to be one of the hardest things to work through every day. But we're getting there, slowly but surely, I think. Who's your favorite music artist currently? Probably Sewer Person. I've also been really into hyperpop recently. It's especially my favorite thing to listen to this car right now, which is like so not me. But I'm vibing with it. I'm letting my taste flow. I'm not trying to constrict myself to what I think that I would like. My hobbies, other than cars, is photography, art, love making coffee. I've been really into baking since moving for some reason. I have made some amazing stuff. Apple butter snickerdoodles have been my favorite so far. I started doing more portrait people photography recently. Handheld gaming, modifying gaming consoles especially has been a weird knack for me recently. Really been enjoying that. Any mods planned for the BRZ? So much potential I see when I look at that car, but it hurts me to say that I'm probably not going to do anything to it for the time being. It's just not a good time. I got it so that I could focus on the 240, which I have been trying to let myself do as badly as I want to. No mods in the near future. I'm sorry. Where do you work now? It looks like you're not a barista anymore. I am not a barista anymore. I did that for about 4 years, and it has to be some of the most memorable, lovable moments that I've ever experienced in my life, and I would love to own a coffee shop one day. It's a huge goal of mine, but that era of my life is over, and I've moved on to something a little more big girl. And I'm thinking that you maybe would like to go with me instead of me just sitting here talking to you about it. Okay, deal. Well, this is where I work. So I got lucky enough to end up being a full-time classic car showroom photographer. I honestly was a little bit scared to work in the car industry as a girl, but I ended up with an amazing team, honestly amazing friends, not just a team. I get to work with a bunch of cool cars every day. I get to do the thing I love the most in the world, which is producing art, taking pictures. Having my creativity encouraged at a full-time environment like this has been a literal dream come true. I could not ask for better. For anyone who's ever wondered, I have been shooting on a Sony Alpha A7 II. It is one of the cheapest full-frame and mirrorless cameras that you can get, and it has served me so well during the shooting of all these cars. I think I've nearly shot 100 cars since being here, and also the screen folds out, which has been amazing. Yeah, I could not recommend this camera more. So my subject for today was supposed to be something really special, but it looks like the clouds, the rain are rolling in faster than I expected, but I can go ahead and give you a good little walk around of it. So this is our brand new 2002 Toyota MR2 Spider. It has a monocropped GT300 body kit, which, quote me if I'm wrong, I believe only 300 were made. It's on some Workmeister S1s, which are my dream wheel. I'm so upset every single day that I sold the S1s that my Miata was on. But look at this paint. The vented hood, or trunk lid, if you want to call it that. And usually when I see these cars, the headlights are like super yellowed out, but look at these, dude. I could just look at this car forever. It is so rare to find these done so tastefully, but this one just speaks to me. I have never looked at one of these and had that dream car feeling. And it's right next to one of my other favorite cars in here, our Toyota Celsior. Look at the interior. It's a turbo manual, of course. 1ZZ. Look at all these gauges. So cool. I love me some Recaros. And the Celsior. Hi! I figure that since I can't take the MR2 out and show you my picture taking and YouTube video process, that I would just show you around the warehouse a little bit, show you my favorite cars in here. Starting with this Daihatsu Taft. This is only one of very, very few in America. I am just a sucker for yellow. Peep my shoes today, it actually matches the Taft. Yeah, I love this guy. We've got some C5s over here in this corner. A couple more. Honestly, C5s have really grown on me since I've started working here. Corvettes in general, but something about this generation just kind of speaks to me. Especially since driving a few, they are so unbelievably fun. I could see myself owning one. We've got this interesting one right here. Most people aren't a fan of it, but I can really appreciate a good early 2000s look like this. I really value uniqueness, and that's what this is. This is a Miata corner. There's usually more Miatas. Got Tommy's, mine, my boyfriend's right now, in the middle of unwrapping it. And this is my coworker Michael's bike, the 600cc. And to add a little more yellow into the video, this is actually my favorite car in the showroom, which I have never been a huge Mustang fan, but this is one of two Shelbys that were custom built by Ford from factory with no VIN. This car competed in 12 Hours of Daytona. Honestly, just a super cool piece of history to walk past every day. The coolest thing that I've ever gotten to drive, and will probably be the coolest thing that I've ever gotten to drive when I'm on my deathbed. Look at that. This thing is insane to drive. I wish I could describe to you the noises. FR500C number 2. Isn't that insane? This is my boss's Mustang and Tommy's other Miata. Another couple of my favorites in here. I think this Defender is awesome. It's right-hand drive. We've got our snorkel right here. All the lighting, and then we've got a platform up here that you can actually climb onto from the back. And then, if you know me, you know that I'm a huge FJ fan, so this is right up my alley. I can't begin to tell you how happy I am to be here, and I finally feel like everything has just leveled out for me. I can make time to carve out for the things that I love. I have amazing friends, and I'd love to use this time of my life to start pushing myself to bring you along on more of my adventures, shenanigans, working on my cars, things breaking, things going well. And feel free to hold me accountable. Feel free to annoy me in my comments or my DMs because that motivates me. Anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today, and I can't wait to see you next time. Okay, bye.